Today, we're diving into nature's thirstiest animals, from suicidal reproduction to sexual cannibalism and detachable penises. Let's be honest, when it comes to reproduction, we're basic. Most people stick to one partner in one house for decades. That's not thirsty, that's just a mortgage. And as for the act itself, well, 2 minutes of aimlessly flailing around, ending in disappointment for all, just doesn't cut it in this list. Monogamous relationships are actually quite rare in the animal kingdom, with only 3 to 9% of mammal species estimated to be monogamous. So why are humans monogamous? Our slowly developing baby brains need tons of care and guidance, and a pair bond ensures far more effective parenting, increasing the survival rates of offspring. Other species who don't show parental care go for more of a spray and pray kind of strategy. Having more offspring, sometimes hundreds at a time, ensures that there will be some survivors. So while our mating lives are mostly PG, they're evolutionary smart for us as a species. However, because of the boring monogamous strategy that we use, humans are going in F tier. However, we all have that one friend that we know should belong in the A tier. I'm going to throw a load of animals together for this one, but there are a surprising number of species who die after reproducing. Examples include male calutas, who engage in a frenzied mating period, sometimes lasting up to 14 hours. They then die after mating due to exhaustion. Male bees die after mating because their reproductive organ is designed to detach and remain inside the queen. A significant percentage of male praying mantises are cannibalized by the female after mating, providing her with nutrients for egg production. And some spiders, like black widows, also engage in sexual cannibalism. So what's the benefit of this? Well, if it's like the first example, an extended period of intense reproduction, the male is just simply more likely to pass on their genes because of the frequency of mating. And if it's like the second example, the male is essentially sacrificing themselves to help ensure their offspring survive. By helping the female be stronger and healthier, she is more likely to successfully give birth, and the offspring are therefore more likely to survive, which also makes it more likely that the male's genes have been passed on. So all of these guys go in the D tier because they are literally willing to die to get some. Now I bet you never thought you'd hear this, but giraffes are surprisingly kinky. When a male giraffe encounters a female, he often sniffs and tastes her urine. This behaviour is called the Flehmen response. It allows the giraffe to detect the female's hormonal levels. The urine contains pheromones that inform the male whether the female is fertile and ready to mate. After tasting the urine, the male will lift back his head, curl his lips, and open his mouth. This directs the pheromones to an organ called the Jacobson's organ. This behaviour might sound strange to us, but it's all about ensuring that the male mates at the right time to increase fertility. And all this saves the giraffe a lot of time and effort, as they will only bother with a female that they know is fertile and ready to mate. So for that reason, these long-necked kinksters are going in the C tier. Lion mating can happen up to 100 times in a day. Sometimes a female lion may bite a male's testicles during the mating process as a way of asserting control. I mean, come on, just look at this poor bugger. He has mated over 100 times today, he's had his testicles bitten, he looks miserable. The bite may stop the male from reproducing, which gives the female time to choose the best mate, or to prevent mating with an unwanted female. All this allows the female to pick the male with the best genes that she wants to be passed on. But some scientists think it's a way of ensuring that the female only mates with a more dominant and aggressive male, which means their offspring are also more likely to be dominant and successful. So all of this could be a way of the females selecting for genetic fitness within the pride. Or, all of that being said, they might just like it. So as a result of all the biting and the frequency of mating, lions are going in C tier. Male garter snakes will engage in a phenomenon known as mating bulls, where multiple males fight to mate with a single female. And I'm going to be honest, I don't really think I need to spell out what's going on here. Now these snakes get weirder. They have what's known as a hemipene, which is 2 penises. Each one has its own dedicated testicle and can even work independently of each other. The area from which the hemipene develops shares very close developmental ties to the cells the legs would have developed from, and the genes that cause legs versus the hemipene to develop are also very similar, leading some scientists to think they have literally given up legs to get some. And sometimes one of the male's hemipenes may even become detached during these struggles, but interestingly, they can still function, and the male garter snake is able to grow back and replace a hemipene. We've definitely taken a step up in thirstiness here, so the male garter snake goes into the B tier. Male cheetahs can bark and cause a female to start ovulating on command, and this is a fascinating example of how different species have evolved specialized strategies for reproduction. Like, seriously, imagine if a human male man had the ability to do this. Woman, I command thee to ovulate. Bam, and they're ready to go. Humanity would not survive a single Friday night at Wetherspoons. And the male's bark acts as a trigger to release hormones in the female's body that causes ovulation, putting them into a state of readiness to mate. Because unlike other mammals, cheetahs usually don't have a regular menstrual cycle. And again, this sounds super weird, but it means that both the male and the female are in a state ready to mate at the same time, and therefore increases the likelihood of a successful mating because they are both ready. If you think about a human cycle, it's almost guesswork. So because of their weird sexual commanding bark, cheetahs are going in the B tier. Have you ever been so into someone you'd be willing to break off your own penis and throw it at them in order to mate? Well, these next animals do exactly that. So come on guys, it's time to step up your game a little bit. The Argonaut octopus, also known as the paper nautilus, is a species that possesses a detachable penis called a hectocotylus. So this penis detaches and it can actually swim on its own to the female to deliver sperm. The male Argonaut then dies. I mean, this is just A tier level thirstiness. Not only are they willing to die to reproduce, but they also own a remote control penis that they can throw at people. You see that little innocent looking duck there? Absolute sexual deviant. Stop giving them bread, because male ducks have detachable corkscrew shaped penises that shoot out at terrifying speeds. Why? Well, unfortunately, male ducks use a process called forced copulation, in which they mate with the females by force. And so as a response, female ducks have developed vaginas that are essentially mazes, which make it difficult for the male to successfully reproduce. But because nature and evolution are just crazy, the male duck then evolved a penis which can shoot out at high speeds, is detachable, and can twist and corkscrew into the female. And then after mating, in a process that's become far too common in this video, the male's penis is actually detachable and he leaves it inside the female, essentially blocking reproduction from another male, and so for that reason the duck is going in the A tier.
But for me, number one, nature's ultimate simp is the male anglerfish. When he finds a female, he bites her and never lets go. He literally fuses with the side of her body, loses all independence, and becomes a living testicle. Once fully grown, they stop eating. Their digestive system literally just disappears. Their only purpose becomes finding a mate. Once they find their mate, they bite onto the side and they release enzymes which digest her flesh and fuses the skin of his mouth with the side of her body. It gets to the point where the male is no longer an individual organism. Their circulatory systems fuse together. He loses his eyes, he loses his internal organs and any brain function. His entire existence becomes sperm production. The female can even have up to 8 males attached to her at once, because she is up to 60 times longer and 500,000 times heavier than the males. This is known as sexual parasitism. Now you might think, well, why is this evolved? But it makes complete sense for the deep sea, where finding a mate is so unimaginably hard when you are 3 centimeters in size in complete darkness. So it's worth it to do it once and just be done with it. So the anglerfish is going in the S tier, number 1 on our list, for their ability to literally become a living ballsack. So next time you think humans are freaky, just remember there's a fish-fused ballsack out there, a duck corkscrewing for glory, and a giraffe chugging urine. Nature is wild and it is so not safe for work.